HCH is proud to be fueled by BioSteel, produced locally in Windsor, Ontario. Zero sugar hydration, no artificial additives, performance focused, trusted by athletes with eco-friendly packaging. Visit biosteel.ca and use our promo code HGH Podcast, all uppercase, to save 20% on your next order. That's HGH Podcast to save 20% with BioSteel. What's going on, all you beauts and beauties? Welcome to the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast, brought to you by GL Heritage, the official beer of HCH. I am your host, Brett Hedges, along for the ride with my two favorite guys, Mr. Hockey Google himself, Tristan McGuire, and the creator of the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast, the king of crispy himself.
Yeah, there we go. I like that
Gentlemen,
intro.
That's a good intro.
gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Before we start on the show this week, make sure you support our sponsors because they support us. Get your BioSteel, which Ant has in his hand right now, nice crispy blue one. Save 20% on your bill at biosteel.ca by using the promo code HTH Podcast.
There you go.
To save 20% off your bill there. And of course, use the same promo code HTH Podcast to save 10% at Howie's Hockey Tape as well. And that's a wonderful product. It's one of the main sponsors of the PJHL. And of course, support us on our social media links. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. Let's hammer that and get those subscriptions up. And of course, follow us on all of our social medias: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that cool stuff that the young kids use nowadays.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, good to see you.
Hi.
It's been a little while.
Good
How
to
are
see
you
you as
doing?
well, Brett. I'm
We're all
doing.
wearing the same hat.
Yeah, I know. We're matching here. Actually, yeah, we are. All three of us. I just realized that.
Buzzing.
Yeah,
It's because we don't want to shower today. I mean, I didn't say that.
no, it's exactly true. I think I'm going about 40 hours strong, but I'm kidding.
Proud of you.
Yeah, exactly. Life is good. 73s are winning. 3 home games in a row, 3 W's. That's what we like to see. And yeah, coming up upon Christmas. Christmas music is on full blast. In the car, at home. Got to get the tree set up still, but it's all in the works, baby. All in the works.
Before we get going, Ant, what's your favorite Christmas song?
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Okay, Kevin, good old Kevin McAllister, Home Alone.
Isn't it
vibes.
crazy? Hey, isn't it crazy how fast I answered that?
Yeah.
It's kind
What
of
about you, Tristan? You're a little drummer boy kind of guy, I think.
That's a good one. But no, I'm probably gonna say I was actually just discussing it the other day. Uh, I think it's the New York City's boys choir does a version of "Oh Holy Night" that's also in Home Alone.
Okay.
The harmony in it, unparalleled. Get goosebumps every time. It's a great song. How about you, Brett?
I am Jingle Bell Rock, like
The original?
like the classic, like hardcore, like 1960s, like Jingle Bell Rock. That's
I
what
like
like.
that.
That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Doo-doo-doo.
like the ones that you hear in the stores, like over and over and
yeah.
over and over
Jingle
again.
bell, jingle
Yeah.
bell.
Yeah.
Mhm. What a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time. It's
We
a
shouldn't have
swell
got him
time. Running in a one
I
horse
love it though.
thing. That's
You
good
know,
stuff.
joyful spirits are in all of us.
I want to
So,
see
Yeah,
that
that's
on
good.
Saturday then. I want to see
Oh,
that Saturday in
on
studio.
broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they've heard me singing on the broadcast for sure. Well, with that said, let's get into our hockey discussion. Let's start in the OHL. We'll talk about our Windsor Spitfires in a little bit because, of course, this upcoming weekend you will see the dynamic trio of myself, Anthony, and Tristan. We're going to be doing the Windsor Spitfires wraparound coverage. We're going to be in the studio doing their pregame, in between the periods, and postgame of their game against the Saginaw Spirit. But before we go into that, one of the most disgusting plays that I've ever seen in my life just happened this past weekend or this past week in the OHL. A young man named Dragusica from the Brampton Steelheads absolutely tomahawks a young man from the Oshawa Generals in the face. And I don't think he should ever play hockey again. Personally, like I don't understand how any team would want him on his squad. Does anyone have any thoughts about this before we just move on? Because I don't think this guy deserves our recognition, to be honest.
Well, I'm definitely going to hit on it real quick here. So if Jeff Kugel got kicked out of the OHL for what he did, then this should definitely be along the same lines.
Mhm.
Like Kugel uses fists. This guy's using a stick, number one. And hey, how's that fighting rule treating you? Take the fighting rule out. Make guys fucking like put some accountability in the game. If guys are going to be stupid and do that, then answer the bell yourself to the toughest guy on the other team and get your head pounded in, because that's the way it should be. This swinging the sticks, like, why are we seeing so many stick incidents now? You guys notice that?
Yep.
Stick incidents are up. Why? Because I'm not solely saying that it's because of the fighting rule. Like, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, though, you dial back on it and look what happens. Like, you know what I mean? Guys start swinging their sticks more. Guys start hitting guys from behind more. Guys start, you know what I mean? All those shitty plays that some just happen on the fly and they are like not meant to be, but that one was definitely meant to be. Yeah, there's no way that he's gonna be able, like, there's no way he's coming back, right? Guys?
Yeah.
Like,
Personally, I don't think so. Go ahead,
To
Tristan.
me, that's like there's only been two. Well, there's two plays that immediately come to mind. Obviously, Marty McSorley on Brashear,
yeah.
and then I think it was Todd Bertuzzi whacked someone on the Rangers like that. Almost the exact same play where it's along the boards, and then for no reason, you get leaned into it by a hard hit. He got sandwiched between two Gens players there on the hit, but then his first thought is to get up and swing a stick at someone's head. Where it's obviously, Ant mentioned this too. The difference is he's wearing a half shield. You could whack someone in the temple or in the exposed ear and kill them. He could have died. And then what do you have?
Yeah.
That's not a part of hockey. It's one thing, okay, if you're covered in contractual liability. If you hit a guy on a clean check and he falls awkwardly, you're still going to feel terrible. This guy, his first thought when he gets up after being hit isn't whatever, okay, I'm going to throw a hard cross check into this guy. It's all of a sudden, okay, I'm going to turn my stick into a weapon and try and put this other person out of commission? No. And to me, that should be an immediate bench clearing play. You take one look at the replay and go, oh, all right, buddy.
I don't know.
And then I'm taking my stick and I'm going Paul Bunyan right across his wrists.
Paul Bunyan.
Yeah. Well, have fun ever writing again, let alone shooting a puck, because that's ridiculous. You deserve that. It's well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I just had to keep myself in check. I wouldn't do that. If I was a different person, though, I might. Because that's just
Hitman Tristan over here.
No, to me, that's like, if it's one thing to be an eye for an eye, but you can't go around whacking people in the head. So they got to face some sort of a penalty, and I'm sure he will. I just hope it's what's coming to him. He needs some sort of a penalized play. Like, that's something that okay, if it's outside of a hockey game, because that's not a hockey play, that's one where you should be worried about walking in the parking lot.
Yep.
Because someone's going to come up and ring your bell, and you're not going to have all kinds of gear on, and you're not going to go sit in a fun little box to protect you. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not going to be ejected and get the leave. It's that's dangerous.
How much time was left in the game when that happened?
It was up 3-0. I want to say it was like midway through the third. Like,
okay,
it wasn't.
So, like, this is why, like, just fight. Just fight. If something happens to me on the ice and I'm that mad, I'm not thinking I'm going to swing my stick at you. I'm thinking I'm going to put my fist down your throat. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, I would never swing my stick at somebody. That's just dirty pool.
You know what he did immediately after that, too? He cross-checked him in the ribs when he was laying on the ground.
I seen that.
Jeez. Are you for real?
Yeah, okay, this has to be a ban, right?
Yeah. Well, we'll see how well that cup protects him, eh? Someone running to test that. We'll start, hey, if we're just playing whack the pinata,
Jesus.
For sure.
You're fiery today.
It's ridiculous.
Well, he broke the kid's feet. Like, the kid was bleeding all over the ice. Like, it was bad. He probably smashed his orbital bone. Like, it was.
How old is
this has to be a ban.
How old is
Watch. You want to know
Dragusica.
what's going to end up happening is we're gonna be done on here today. We're gonna send this to Drew and everything, and then it's gonna come out what he got. Watch. That's what's gonna happen. It always fucking does. But either
Lifetime,
way, we'll
lifetime
make
ban
sure
from
we
the
keep it.
OHL.
It has to be.
Lifetime ban from the OHL, and honestly, assault with a weapon. Because
Yeah, at that point, it is assault, right? Like
So
it's
so
a not a hockey play.
was there charges?
I don't believe so.
Not yet,
But this
anyways.
is one of the things that like he could get charged at any time if they are going to do that. Like they're probably waiting. The OHL is probably waiting for whatever.
Mhm.
Like they usually wait for whatever criminal or police jurisdiction has to get their void in first. This is
Yeah.
kind of like the Cam Allen, like the DUI kind of a thing. They waited for all
Yeah.
that to play out before they suspended
Mhm.
him, kind of a thing.
Mhm.
yeah,
But it's bad. Like Brampton is a franchise that has struggled to bring in fans, right? Because this was the like Mississauga and Brampton. They've had multiple different franchises. They are now like Mississauga ended up moving to Niagara. They had another team in Brampton before. They ended up moving back up to North Bay. Then they bring another team back to them. It doesn't work in Mississauga, so they move down the street to Brampton. Like, so, and like we're actually going to get to cover a Brampton and Windsor game later this year. So I'm really interested to see, because it's one of the games that we have on our schedule for Coach Go. I'm really interested to see how this goes because they're not a bad team. Like Brampton had a pretty good team last year. They just kind of fell off of a cliff.
Mhm.
And then because they loaded up, they had like Porter Mortone and a couple of really good kids. He had Luke Misa. He had Michael Misa's brother. Um, but yeah, this is just it just doesn't belong. Like it's like I didn't really want to bring that much attention to it because this is at the end of the day, this kid's name is getting put out there. But like I don't know how you can keep somebody on your squad if this is what they're gonna do. Like immediately, if he's on any other team, like they would cut him, right? Like, and
that's.
I don't know if
I'm
that's
watching the
possible.
whole thing unfold as we speak.
Thank you.
What is this guy a psychopath or what?
Well, he hit someone in the head with his stick, so
What's going?
but
How much of an idiot are you? You're 20
but
years old.
but how mad could you possibly be?
Yeah.
I, there's got to be some kind of mental incapacitation for him to even do that. And then cross-check him afterward. Like even the linesman came in there irate, like get away from him because you're a dangerous individual. The fact that you
Uh,
whacked the guy, and okay, it's one thing if you're already an idiot and you whack the guy in the head, maybe you were going for a shoulder or something, and then you go, oh crap, right? Like I just missed the mark and I just hurt that. No, he whacked him in the head and then he goes up and cross-checks him in the ribs and stands over him. Who do you think you are, Muhammad Ali over Sonny Liston?
Man, if I slash a guy, I'm getting you somewhere in the legs. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
it hurt.
Right across the ankles, right along the tape there, right around the laces.
Or I'll slash you right on top of the laces. A nice
And
swift chop.
and the victim in this, like we haven't mentioned his name. His name is Brady Blasek, Blaseg. Our thoughts are with you, man.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry that this happened to you,
do
Praying
man.
for him.
Like,
do we have
um,
any updates on him?
so as on Brady, no, but I'll keep looking for a moment. They all I know is that Dragusica has been suspended indefinitely pending
Yeah.
league review, but this is kind of a thing where it's going to be a while before they, make their own determination, kind of too.
He's
But
got he has to be.
he has to,
Credit to Posthumous who came in there
yeah,
and gave him about 10 knuckle soothers when the refs were trying to escape Dragusica from his penalty there.
yeah.
Yeah, good for you, Posthumous. Good on you. I wish you would have got a couple more in. That's
Yeah. That's horrible. Not
Yeah,
good.
so so he was given a match penalty,
but but
which
here's
is
the
as
thing
bad as
though.
you can get, and
Yeah.
What is
so
that? What does it really solve though? If like here I am saying, oh, you comes in swinging your own stick, da da da. But you have to think it's not going to solve anything if that's the way it's handled, right? Like if you want to set the precedent and show this isn't tolerated, yeah, okay, some repercussion on the ice, but there should be legal matters taken.
I would imagine there's probably going to be.
Like,
Well, at the very end of the day, he could do like a civil suit against them, right?
oh, at
Cops might
least,
even
yeah.
file the charges.
Blazig is bleeding everywhere.
Yeah,
If
it's
it's
bad.
bad, like it's bad enough that the cops can, like, they don't need him to charge him. The cops can do
100%.
it.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I
would be
mean?
Peel
So
Regional Police because they were in Brampton at the time.
yeah, so 100%. I bet you. I'm sure that'll probably happen at some point.
And is he a European import?
No, no, I think he's from Canada.
Luke Dragusica? It sounds like a Slovak name, but
It says he's from Stony Creek.
oh,
So
okay.
Luke Dragusica.
Because I was gonna say if that's an international player, that's other repercussions that need to happen as well, right? Like you get sent back to whatever home
Hmm.
country from. Well, he is from here, so my apologies for profiling on that. But no, sorry, I've heard the last name because I was thinking of Lucas
No.
Dragicevic, who played in the WHL, I believe. So yeah, I got those two confused. That's my fault.
Yeah, and it hasn't said there hasn't been an updated thing on it. Let me just double check the OHL real quick.
Dude,
Handcuffs
he's
up
getting banned. There's no way.
No,
There's no way.
he shouldn't play hockey again.
There's no way.
He should walk into every Canadian Tire in Ontario and they take one look and go, "Oh, we know you." Doors that way, right? Like it's ridiculous. You should
It's
be.
unfortunate. It's very
I'm gonna. Yeah, that's Dragusica. You should be ashamed for what you just did. And if you aren't already, well, that says a lot about him as a person.
What are we looking for, Brett?
I was just seeing if there's a suspensions because there's usually media notes here. Let me just double check the media notes here. Yeah, they didn't give out an official suspension. This is pending review, so it's TBD. So I hope that OHL Commissioner Brian Crawford and whoever their disciplinary board takes a long look at this and gives a quick result of this guy can't play in our league anymore because you can't have that.
Yeah.
No, and for everyone who's wondering why we're so mad, just go and watch the play.
It's bad. It's
Just go and
horrible.
watch the play. Luke Dragusica.
Brady
Yeah, just go and
Blazek.
watch it. Yeah, Brady Blazek getting slashed in the head. Like it's terrible.
Yeah. Okay. Well, our thoughts are with Brady. Hopefully, he has
Of course, yeah.
a quick recovery. Hopefully, it's not too substantial. From what I could see, probably looks like an orbital bone. That's right by there because it looked like it hit him like right near,
Yeah.
right in that temple, like cheek, right below the mask, like right below where the visor is. So the kid put a good chop on him, and
Completely gutless.
yeah, that's the best way to put it. It's completely gutless.
Cowardly. Yeah. Wait till he's skating away.
Yeah, exactly. Coming up this weekend, quick preview for our folks that enjoy watching us on Cogeco. We are going to be doing their wraparound coverage for their game against the Saginaw Spirit on Saturday, November 22nd. That's a 7 o'clock puck drop. The night before, these two teams will battle in Windsor on a Friday night at the WFCU Center. So this will be the second time that they'll play back-to-backs, but the first time was a Sunday and then had to wait 6 days until the next Saturday to play. This time they're actually doing a back-to-back home and home series.
Woo!
And Saginaw is 2-0 against Windsor. So a fun division battle, 4-point swing on both nights. And this is what the OHL is all about, and I can't wait to get it done. Saginaw has a couple really exciting players, and I reached out and I sent you guys some information about the one guy, Nikita Klepov, who is a CHL import draft, and you and I did that game on November 7th.
I think he scored twice, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And
Yeah.
your thoughts about him maybe before
he's
we hand it over to
nasty.
Mr. Hockey Google?
That dude is nasty. And so have in mind too, last time these two teams met, we almost had a goalie fight. There was like 3 or 4
Yeah,
fights.
that's right.
There was 3 or 4 fights in the game. Now they're going to play each other back to back after the last game almost having a goalie fight. So think about how these two back to back games are going to go. What's the over and under on fights over over the
We'll
games?
say
Like,
over 1.5.
1.5, what, in a shift? Like the way these
Yeah.
guys are going at it. But Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be watching Friday night for sure. It's just knowing that we're on the broadcast on Saturday, so probably would be a good idea to watch the game. But just I don't know what it is. Windsor seems to handle everybody. I don't want to say with ease, but easier than they do Saginaw all the time. Like it seems like they always struggle with Saginaw. No.
Yeah. I'll just recap their past week. They lost. They had a 4-1 lead
Mm-hmm.
over Sault Ste. Marie on the Thursday night, and then they ended up losing that one in overtime. Then they went to Guelph the next night, and they got blown out. It was 8-4 or 8-5
Yeah.
that they lost there. So back-to-back losses there. So absolutely, they're going to be doing maybe some bag skates early in the week, getting ready for a big weekend because they got to play 3 in a row. They got to play Friday night,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, at home. They got to go to Saginaw Saturday night, and then they got to go back home to play. I believe it's Owen Sound on Sunday for their teddy bear toss game. So
Oh, that's right.
three games in less than 48 hours, and should be very interesting to see how that goes. Tristan, your thoughts on Klepov and maybe the Saginaw Spirit? Are you excited to get in the studio once again?
Yeah, very excited. After I was unable to attend the last one, I'm going to be glad that this is my season debut with the
Cliff
Coach
misses
Coach.
you.
Oh, I miss Cliff too. I'm not sure if I detect a hint of sarcasm in there, Brett, or not, but anyway,
He might
yeah.
does.
So the thing with Klepov, he is an American,
Mm-hmm.
by his
Yeah.
first birth nationality. Then he went and played his junior hockey over in Russia. I'm curious if there's a relation. I'll do my own research on this later. If there's any relation of him and Pavel Bure or Valery Bure, because they all lived in that area as well of the United States. Deerfield Beach, Florida. That's actually East Coast. That's right near
Yeah.
Boca Raton,
Okay.
where the Florida Junior Panthers AAA team was, and actually Valery Bure helped coach there for many years. My own cousin, down in the U16 and U18 AAA program there. So maybe some relation between Pavel and Valery's sons to Nikita. They're right in the same age range. So, but Klepov, obviously, 6 foot 180, not the most large player,
Mm-hmm.
but he almost fills exactly the void left by Michael Misa when it comes to a scoring forward that they need with good speed. Really, really good hockey IQ. Like his awareness on the ice, it, it, it seems like those European kids kind of view the ice in a different way. We saw it with Protus when he came to Windsor and he was able to perform. We see it in the back with oh my gosh, Sapovalov, when he was on this Saginaw team, and we see it again now with Klepov. So yeah, we'll see how he performs the rest of the season. He is committed next year to go and play for Michigan State
I was
University.
just gonna say that. I got his
Uh,
thing up.
yeah, so he'll get to play with Caden Lidstrom, and as well as sorry Lindstrom. There's an N in there, and who else do they have in Michigan State? I'm drawing a blank. They have one other big star that they acquired.
Oh, I know who you're talking about too, but I can't remember or off the top of my head. But I think Michigan State's pretty loaded. It's either like Michigan State, Michigan, and Penn State are seemingly like the big like destinations for a lot of these players that are coming from the OHL to the NCAA. Like Gavin McKenna is playing for
Purdue, right?
Penn State,
Penn
and like
State. That's it.
Luke Misa is playing for Penn State as well. Um,
Oh, that's who it was. Porter Martone.
Porter, yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, he's playing there. And Charlie Stramel. Holy smokes, they're a wagon.
So
Maxime
they've got
Sherbak on the back end.
and they've got Trey Augustine in net, right? That's his last year, I believe.
No wonder they're first right now. Wow. Yeah, Augustine's 8-1 with a 948.
Mhm.
Yeah, the University of Windsor went over and played Michigan State in a game a couple of weeks ago, and I believe it
Yeah,
was 4-2 or 3-1. It was a good game.
I thought it was 4-0 like halfway through, and then MSU kind of stopped trying.
Maybe that's correct also.
Okay,
Yeah,
but I'm
but
not sure. I know it wasn't very close. That I was
okay.
like, oh,
Maybe I'm thinking of a different thing then. But yeah, so Michigan always Windsor always does always goes over. I think they played Bowling Green as well. So
yes, maybe
good
that was
for
the
Kevin
closest.
Hamlin. Yeah, that's probably it. Kevin Hamlin always lines up these D1 games for them to go and play, and that's an awesome memory for our guys at the University of Windsor who are doing pretty well, but we'll keep our analysis on them for another day. Um, for now, the Windsor Spitfires are still the top team in the OHL West Division. But teams are starting to close the gap. Like they had that really unreal start in the first 10 games of the year where they were 9-1, and like their next 12 games they've slowed down a little bit. They're 6-3-2-1. So it's like okay, like but they're still an unreal team. So looking forward to covering that game this weekend with you folks. And can you make sure that you go to Wholesale Warehouse to make sure that you got enough Reese's peanut butter cups for the kid?
Yeah, make sure he's not like chirping me in studio this time.
Ian,
Oh,
what's
by
with
the
the
way,
90
I
fun?
was I just do want to earmark that. Yeah, it was 4-0 Michigan State beat Windsor, and it was 4-0 at the 13:10 mark of the second period, and MSU proceeded to only have 6 shots the remainder of the game. So
Interesting.
it
Okay.
was kind of like a we're not gonna do this kind of thing. I feel like what's his name? The goaltender there played really well.
Denoso.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, Donoso played really well to start, but he was kind of the only saving grace for Windsor. They were not getting any offensive chances, so
Yeah.
it was kind of just a continuous power play. And I'm pretty sure Colton Smith got kicked out of that game. He was trying to start some rough stuff. Yeah, if I recall correct. So
That's funny.
it was quite the game from U Windsor versus MSU. But yeah, good club they have there, and to wrap it all up with a bow, Nikita Klepov going to be added to that squad next year. So.
That's exciting. Good for him. Before we move on to the NHL and then doing our PJHL wrap up, Ant, do you want to talk about us doing the Tilbury Bluebird game this weekend? Because that was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Man, that was like a really good game. It was fast paced, hard hitting. The goalies like put on an absolute show, both goalies. What was it? Was it a 50 save shutout?
Yes, he was
Polidori?
officially yeah.
Yeah,
So Tilbury won
it's
2-0
yeah.
over the
Strathroy.
Strathroy Jets.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
Hmm.
Ryan Polidori put on an absolute clinic. As soon as he got 25, 30 shots on him, he just kind of settled in, and it
Yeah.
was kind of all she wrote. They couldn't really generate a lot of grade A chances. He ended up with officially they gave him 49 saves. But when they had the timeout with a minute left, I went over to the scorer's box to check on shots, and he had 49 saves before. So I think he got another one.
Hmm.
And so on the broadcast, I gave him credit for a 50 save shutout because he deserved the 50 piece. He
Yeah.
deserves a 50 piece nugget for that effort
Yeah.
right there. Former Leamington Flyer and University of Windsor Lancer, Ryan Polidori. My hat's off to you, young man. That
Yeah,
was an
man.
absolute fun game to do.
Mhm.
Tilbury scored 18 seconds in, and it was kind of a little bit of a cluster at the beginning because
Hmm.
uh, some of the new players on the team didn't have their jerseys, didn't have their nameplates on their jerseys yet. And the
Yeah.
two of the new players on the team that didn't have their nameplates were brothers, the Hillbig brothers.
Hmm.
So this was Tylen and Ethan. And so
Yeah.
Tylen scores 18 seconds in, number 24, with an assist from Dylan Denemy and Ryan Cravatin. So I went over to the scores table to like just confirm the scores,
Hmm.
but I think they were training someone there. In a fun, nice crew that they have at the Tilbury game. Nice people, but I was confused when I went over because they had the goal scored by 47 Ryan Cravatin, but I know that he's a defenseman. So I was like, I don't think he scored, but
Yeah.
like, I was like, I'm pretty sure I know who scored, but like, this is what they have officially. So I'm like, I'm telling to the broadcasters, like, I'm pretty sure that it was Hillbig that scored, but right now, like Cravatin's the one that's credited with the goal. And then sometime during the game, I was getting the Hillbig brothers mixed up. So then I was saying that Ethan Hillbig scored the goal instead of Tylen Hillbig. So it was like, I was like, damn it. So like I originally the first thing that I called, I got it right. It was Tylen Hillbig,
Hmm.
24 from Denemy and Cravatin. But the whole rest of the game, I was getting the Hillbig brothers mixed up. So I was like, oh yeah, game winning, great goal from Ethan Hillbig so far. And like, but after that, it was basically like the
Hmm.
Ryan Polidori show.
Yeah.
And
Everything that
so
hit him just like stuck. He's
Yeah,
like literally
and
just boom, like no rebounds.
He
Did
was
a
the 73's goaltending coach
yeah.
last year.
Yeah, he
yes,
did.
that's
Yeah,
right.
he did an unreal job just coming out and like just squaring up to everything and just cutting down his angles. And he made a couple too, like that were 10 bell saves. Like it wasn't just shots from like outside. Like one of them, he like reached back and got it with his stick, and then there was another
Oh,
one that was shot through a crowd. I don't even know how we seen it. We just seen his leg come out and he stops it. I'm like, it
Well,
was just like stuff like that.
he did that exact same thing a month and a half ago when we watched those two teams play, Ant.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that?
but
He
yeah,
just was on the losing end, so this time he gets it back, gets the shutout.
yeah.
A good friend of our of the podcast and one of my good buddies is back playing on Tilbury now, Jason Deresh.
Hmm.
So
yes.
I didn't even realize he was playing until the other night. I saw someone put the score up. They're like, "Oh, goal scorer Jason Deresh." I'm like, I didn't know Jay was playing this year, so that's cool to
Hmm.
see.
Yeah, the game that I did with Ant like a month ago when
Earlier
they
in
were
the year, he
playing
scored.
Orangeville, he scored a
Yeah,
goal in that game
Yeah,
as well. Yeah,
yeah,
he played well. He was
yeah.
forechecking hard. Um,
These
Josh
guys,
King, that guy
yeah,
was all over the ice.
yeah.
Guy named Colt Butler, he was
These
all
guys
over the ice
hit, man.
forechecking. Yeah, it
These
was
guys
fun
hit.
and it
Like,
entertaining.
yeah,
I was talking to a guy, a buddy of mine from work that was there with his wife and his family members. He says you can't beat it for the money. I think they paid $21 for all of
mhm,
them to go to the game. Like it was very entertaining. And they went to that game a couple weeks ago when they won 7-6. That game
yeah,
that you and Jonesy did. He said that was
yeah,
absolutely worth 100%. It was a great Saturday night at the rink
yeah.
in Tilbury. So
Mhm.
a lot of fun. And that was they had just come off of a loss the night before to Orangeville, and that was that Orangeville team was the team that me and Ant called that
That
game against.
Orangeville team's huge.
Oh,
Oh
like
yeah,
everyone's like 6'5" or more.
they got
Like,
big
Southers.
Sithers on the team there. Keenan Sithers.
yeah, it was crazy,
It's
dude.
huge. He's like 6'9" off of skates. The guy's a
Yeah, it
giant.
was. Yeah, and he's
Huge.
crispy too, dude. He's slick
Yeah,
with it.
he's
Yeah, he
slick with it
played
for sure.
Toronto Marlies last year and a bit down in with
Jesus.
the Newfoundland Growlers, the
Oh,
Yeah.
ECHL club for the Maple Leafs. So
Yeah, a lot of these guys. I was explaining it to. I was actually looking at the website because this is the first year of the NPHL,
yeah.
right? So I'm getting the vibe, and I'm trying like looking up the research and everything, more so just to see what they're doing for like a championship, and they're doing an 8-team tournament at the end of the year to do that. So the other conference is the Metro division or whatever. They've got 4 divisions within that, and that has 17 teams in it. But the South or the West, or sorry, we're the Capital Division or the Metro. Sorry, our division only has 8 teams. So basically, just think about it as like East and West or like North and South. Um, our conference, the conference that Tilbury's in, they've only got 8 teams, but the other conference has 17 teams. So
Jeez.
there's nine teams in one division and then 8 teams in another. So
now you mentioned Metro, Brett. That's not to be confused with. I'm just to be clear that no leagues merged. The GMHL.
that's different league. Yeah,
Okay,
you're right.
okay,
Sorry.
just making sure. But the word Metro was in the title, so I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, because there's also the APHL, I believe, the American Premier Hockey League, which has a
Yeah.
team from Ridgetown in it. So that's
Yes, that's right. My buddy Brody Fraley plays on that team, and I'm like, okay, who's who then? Like Ridgetown, what is going on? But
because
yeah,
people were asking me, is this the same as like the Allen Cup? And so I was like, I don't think so. So I'm looking it up, and no, the Allen Cup is a different league as well that only has 5 teams in it. So the fact that we have that many, I'm gonna call them
hockey
semi-pro
leagues.
leagues. Like the
Yeah.
fact
Yeah,
that they've got these many leagues going on is a lot of fun, especially for these small towns. Strathroy, Tilbury, Ridgetown.
yeah. Mhm.
Lucan has their own like home team, right? So that's a lot of fun. Great idea for these guys to put these leagues on. And you know what? Joe Burney, we were talking with him prior to the
Yeah.
game. Like it takes a lot to pull this stuff off. And there's a lot of hardworking people behind the scenes that
Mhm.
to make it happen. I forget the one lady's name, but she was running around the entire night, running around doing all the official scores and everything like that. So it was a lot of fun. So our thanks to them. So they won 2-0. Who was the guy who scored the second goal? It was
Uh,
Denemy just fed it off to somebody else for it not score. They scored the
it
empty
was
netter
an
with like
empty
12
netter.
seconds.
Yeah, They scored
12 seconds.
18 seconds in, and then they got an empty netter at the end. That was it. That was the only 2 goals of the game.
But
Wow,
yeah,
almost three
Ryan
periods.
Polidori was absolutely
Yeah,
the star of the show there, and Evan DeBrouwer, their goaltender as well. He made like
yeah.
35 plus saves as well. He was really hot as well too. So
Hmm.
our yeah, definitely absolutely worth my time, man. I was
Guys,
entertained.
yeah, trust me, if you're not doing anything on a Saturday, zip out there and go to a game. It's worth it. Trust me.
Yeah,
It is.
and for me, like
Hmm.
I don't live too far away from the 401, so I was like I hopped on the 401. About a half hour later, I'm in Tilbury. They had a night market going on. It was
Yeah,
like it was a whole
yeah.
vibe in the town. So
Hmm.
it was a good time. So good time down at the Tilbury Memorial Arena. Can't wait to do some more of their games later this year. Thanks a lot, Joe Burney, for having us out.
Hmm.
Gentlemen, the NHL,
Hmm.
are the Red Wings back? I think they're back. I
It's funny
think they're
because the last
back.
time we talked, we were talking about them being back, and then they left for a bit, and then they came back. So,
Yeah, that's why I
Well, you
don't
know what's
even.
back? A little bit of team bonding, a little bit of a brawl with the New York
Yeah.
Rangers.
yeah,
Well,
After
I
they,
saw lots of edits of that beautiful dark on dark game.
yeah.
yes,
I
Yeah, it
mean,
was.
that jersey matchup was pretty sick, though.
I loved it.
Do you guys see? They just. Sorry, I'm going a little off here. I'll bring it back. But did you guys see they just released the Winter Classic jerseys?
Yes,
The Florida Panthers jerseys are the best jerseys ever made. Like, period.
Well,
Oh
here
my
now I
gosh.
gotta look.
Perfect mix of
they're nice.
classic. Like, it's not out with the old. It's the old staying here, but we're bringing in the new, and it looks so beautiful.
Yeah, they went with the old like the first
The
Florida
pouncing cat
Panthers.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first Florida Panthers logo, and the New York Rangers is has like the old school like original six kind of a look, and it's not like a pure white; it's like a cream white
Yeah.
jersey. I did enjoy that very much. I did like the wings and the Rangers jerseys for that game. That was really cool. Um,
I
I
love
like
the
the
Wings
Oh yeah,
jerseys. I
those
like the I
jerseys
like
are.
I like
the
tan
brown. Yeah,
tan gloves are so nice. Like a few years ago, Dallas in the Winter Classic. But that's one of my favorite uniforms as well. Like tan, almost yellow, like a rawhide leather.
yes,
That's so nice. Yeah.
yeah. It was
Yeah,
fun to
those jerseys
watch.
are pretty crispy.
Crispy. Yeah, yeah. I
Crispy.
think Yeah, I think you'll you know what that like powder blue, not powder blue, but like that Rangers that
Well,
blue jersey. I would love to have a jersey of that. That's really
well,
nice.
hopefully, if Florida hits a empty net against them, they don't shoot it in too hard, and then Jonathan Quick gets mad about it. So
Yeah,
other teams
talk,
in
talk to us about the
the
brawl, buddy.
NHL, this is you've been put on notice by Jonathan Quick to not shoot the puck so hard into his empty net that he's not even guarding or near, for that matter. So,
Yeah.
and what the has he fought before? Because he's coming off the bench like he has before, and
Quick?
go, yeah,
I'm
has he
sure he
fought before?
I think he went to center ice versus maybe John Gibson. Why do I feel like they met up years
when he
ago?
was in LA, maybe.
Yeah, I think was
I'm
it
gonna
him
look
and
it up.
Gibson? Gibson fought someone. Sick.
Well, I just loved the fact that there were so many edits of the fight and just the fact that you know these guys were getting after each other after the whistle, after the Wings had secured a 2-1 win. I saw that. I think the game-winning goal. Someone was talking about how it shouldn't have counted or something. I think it was a
Oh.
Rangers analyst or something like that. But um,
Which one was that? Who scored it?
I I think that was the Lucas Raymond one. Was it not?
Yeah, so why what were they
Maybe
trying
it
to
was.
claim?
Oh, maybe it was the first goal that the analyst was complaining
And
about.
no,
But
I don't think Quick has fought yet. He's met up at center ice with Corey Crawford,
Okay, that's what it
and
was.
he exchanged words with Jimmy Howard one
interesting.
game too. He hasn't actually, but like to go out to guys that not necessarily saying Larkin's a fighter or anything, but like I'm pretty sure were they USA teammates?
Probably at one point or
I would
another,
I
most
would assume at some point, yeah. But
Wait,
yeah,
what? So they claimed that there was goalie interference on Quick? Or
in an
what?
early goal. I don't know. I'm
what
sorry.
was it the Lucas Raymond goal?
No, there's no one near him on Raymond's goal, so I'm gonna look at DeBrinkets now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna
So
say because I didn't see anything around him for the Raymond goal. And Raymond did a good job too, coming around the net, hesitating, and then he just found that freaking nice
Now,
wide opening and let it rip.
Lucas Raymond is legit.
Oh yeah, he's nice.
He is the best player on this roster, and it's not even close. I put him leagues ahead of Larkin right now. Larkin does have more points, but Raymond also was hurt for I think 5 games. So
What's
Lucas
crazy
Raymond,
too is Raymond like looks like he's not even trying sometimes. You know what
no,
I mean? Like it looks like he's not even trying. He'll like zip a shot up into the top shelf or he'll make a pass that you're like, what? But I don't know. I like the way they're playing right now. I don't want to say too much right now. I
yeah,
don't
doesn't want
because
to jinx
last
it.
time
yeah,
I'm like, raging and crashing out, and then they freaking go on a 7 game heater, and then I'm like, yeah, all right, we're good, and then they drop 4 straight, and then I'm like, oh, and then we record again, and then next thing you know, they're on another 5 game heater. I'm like, so you know what? I don't know. Talk to
this
me in
is
about
also
10 games.
this is also the first season where Raymond has been a plus, like a positive plus minus, in playing over 15 games. He's got 18 games played. He's a +6, and he has
Wow.
22 points. So every year prior to that, he's been at least -10. Um,
That's pretty wild.
You know what? And that's a stat that I always look at too with freaking guys because I want to see are they more of an obviously if they're more of an offensive minded guy, they're like plus like minus is probably not going to be the best. But I always like seeing which guys will play both sides of the puck,
yeah.
and for him to go, that's a big change too, to go from, dash like, what did you say it was?
He
11?
used to be he used to be
No, his
minus
his
10 at this
lowest
point.
ever was dash 12, actually.
Okay.
He
And
was
right
dash
now,
32
yeah.
his rookie year.
And right now oh Jesus.
Yeah. Remember those days?
Oh, I don't want to
Mm.
go back ever.
Yeah. I'll never let go, Jack. And then
That
she let go.
reminded me of like early 90s Red Wings.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, when they're just building up. They still had Paul Eiserbart and some of those
yeah.
guys in there.
I
Yeah.
talked to him too, by the way, on Facebook once in a while.
Oh, right on.
I gotta get him on with us.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Hmm.
One of
What?
the only other players to have a Y in his to start his last name with a Y in the
Yeah,
NHL.
Iser. It's like I've never heard a last name like that ever. And then all of a sudden there's two on the well. He spells his name with an S though, so
Hmm.
Paul Eiserbart. I think that last name is Polish. I could be wrong, like Iserman or Eiserbart.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Jewish descent, Eastern European Jewish,
Hmm.
something along those lines. But
Well, I mean, the next night or 2 nights later, we had well, first of all, the Wings are in first in the Atlantic Division, by the way, with 25 points. So 12-7-1. And that comes after a big win over the Seattle Kraken, where we saw who score their first NHL goal, Tristan. Who scored their first NHL goal against Seattle?
Cooking.
oh, Nate Danielson, yeah, and he should have had two, but they took the second one away, and he had an assist.
So
He's
good
unreal.
for the kid.
Finally, he's got 5 games played. He's got 1 goal, 1 assist. Don't let that deter you. Nate Danielson will be. I think he'll be better than Marco Casper probably. He's got more offensive upside.
Interesting. Big win over Seattle.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Doesn't matter who it is. You got to win them. Those are the points that you need the most, the ones that you should be getting. Like, you know what I mean? If you go in and you play, Colorado and you get waxed one night or, like something like that, it's a little different. But if you come in and you like lose to the Blackhawks or you lose to, the Kraken
Blackhawks are
or
good though. Blackhawks
I
are
know
good.
Bedsy
They're in the
actually
playoff
just
spot.
just got his second career hat trick, I think,
Yeah,
Bedsy last
he's
night.
he's unreal. He's unreal.
Yeah, Bedard and Macklin Celebrini had hat tricks on the same night.
Okay, they gotta play for frickin' Canada, right? They have to be on Team Canada.
Yeah.
You can't leave them off at this point. No, aren't they like
The
one and
Olympic
two in
team.
the league in scoring?
Yeah.
You
There
can't.
was
There's no way you can leave these guys off that. If they're off that
Stamkos
Canada
isn't making
roster,
it.
I'm flipping shit upside down if they're off that
Stamkos
roster.
isn't making it. Tavares isn't making it. There's lots of big names. Sagan ain't making it. Those guys are all going to be left off. So
Yeah, but look who you're putting on though.
The kids are all right.
I'm
Let
agreeing
the,
with you,
let,
Ant.
yeah, I know. Let the
Hello?
fucking kids play, boys.
McFly.
Hey, we'll come over there and fucking drop the mitts.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I like those guys have to be like like Celebrini. I did not think like I knew he was gonna be good, but like this is like
You didn't have elite ball.
outrageous. But he's not like big of a guy. Like he's not. Is he
Don't
like
have
very
to be.
big?
He's like, I think he's about 5'11" or 6 feet.
Yeah,
He's an average size.
like
NHL.
average size then for the league, but still,
Yeah.
man, like wow, the kid's got a cannon shot on him. He seems to always be in the right spot at the right times, and he's actually a pretty funny guy too. He was on, I think, I'm trying to think
Chicklets.
what show it was on. He was on a few of them lately. He was on
Didn't they
Chicklets.
put him on the draft lottery? They interviewed him live when like the draft lottery was being done, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like watching the picks go away, and they're like, it was the most awkward yet unintentionally funny thing I've ever watched in my life. When they're like, San Jose wins the first overall pick, and he's like, "Oh, wow." It's like
Want to know? I'd be like, sweet California.
Yeah.
I'm going somewhere where it's
Taxes.
warm.
Woo! I wouldn't want to go there. I'd want to go to somewhere cool with a nice jersey, like Minnesota. Heck yeah.
Go to the coldest spot.
They brought the
You fucking-
they brought the old school jersey back for the Sharks. I like those ones.
I'd
Like,
love to live up in the mountains. That'd be so cool. Then you vacation to warm spots. You got to think. Come on.
No, I'd rather play where it's warm.
yeah, that was like when Timo
Golf all year
Solani, he was
round.
so upset. He's like, "Oh man, I love Winnipeg. I love doing everything there." And then he's in Anaheim for the first time. He's like, a couple weeks in, him and his wife are like, "You know what's pretty nice
Yeah.
out here? Maybe
Couple
this
weeks
is
in,
all
I
right."
just signed an 8-year extension.
Yeah. You know what's pretty good
I
playing
mean-
in California? Who know?
I
Who
mean,
cares?
I wouldn't hate it.
Going from -20 almost every day to beautiful palm trees and beaches.
Walk outside Christmas Day and it's 74 degrees and sunny. It's like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's my aunt and uncle right now.
That'd be amazing.
75 and sunny. It's like, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas indeed.
That'd be
All right, so the NHL Wings are first in the Atlantic Division. We'll check back in with them. Hey, keep the good times rolling. Before we leave the NHL, Matt Schaefer, unreal.
yeah.
The best offensive output by a defenseman ever in his first 15 games or first 16 games. 15 points. Think about that.
And he just turned 18 years
Better
old.
than Raymond Bourque, better than Bobby Orr, better than Paul Coffey, better than Nick Lidstrom, better than Larry Robinson. Like any all-time great offensive defenseman you can think of, Matt Schaefer just set the new benchmark.
And he's the youngest player to ever score an OT winner, I believe, as well.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Younger than Sid was.
And
And
he
you
still
know what I
can't
love?
have a
He's
beer for
doing it.
another
He's doing
3.
it all for his mom. His mom who
Yeah.
passed away this past year. Good for him. No one else I could wish any more success for than Matt Schaefer. So, but did you guys? Okay, we'll talk while we're on it. Did you guys see the hit last night by Mikko Rantanen?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad I brought it up.
Put it
Yeah.
up on our thing there on
Yeah.
all of our
Oh
socials.
boy, Patrick Waugh wasn't too happy about that one.
Yeah, but in a way though, like I get how mad he is though, but he shouldn't be saying shit to any of the players as a coach.
Did you hear what he said?
I didn't
He said you won't finish the game in New York. Yeah, we caught up on the hot mic. So let's see if that has any.
When's that game?
It's not until like January or something like that.
Here, I'll look it up right now.
Or no, it might be March actually. It might be
I
like
got
March
it.
24th.
Yeah, because we're gonna circle that on
But
the
he
calendar.
yelled down the hall because Rantanen was waiting to see if he was like getting tossed or whatever. He goes, "You won't finish the game in New York." Says it right to his face. Like there's like quarter-inch plexiglass separating the two of them, and he's screaming at him. But here's the thing: Rantanen got tripped. If you watch the play, his foot got stuck on one of the defenders. Like they went toe to toe, and that's why he falls and pushes Romanoff face first into the boards.
You guys want to know the date of this game? Which is kind of funny. Is this the date that of the Wings and what's the Wings and
Avs?
Colorado brawl?
Fight night?
Is it March 26th?
I thought it was March 28th, maybe.
I think it's March 26th, this fight night.
Is it?
Because
That's fun.
the next time Dallas and the Islanders play is March 26th.
Awesome.
It is March 26th. There
Are,
you go.
are we going to get a 2.0? here. So
Dallas
everybody
and New
tune into
York.
that one.
Unlikely
Tune into that.
foes.
Maybe before that game, we get like Mac on and we like, hey, when something like that goes down and you're leading into a game like this, like, what's the vibe in the room? What's the.
It's nowhere near the same. It's an awkward fall into the end boards. Meanwhile, Chris Draper had his face put into a
Oh, I
dasher.
know. But I mean, like, would you give him the what they say, like, oh, he was tripped or he was pushed or he was.
Well, he got the game. He's probably gonna get fined. So
You
like,
don't think he's gonna get suspended?
didn't they say it was he got one game?
He'll probably get one game.
Yeah. Or
Don't-
no. They said he wasn't suspended. There's no further repercussions.
Because
At
tripped
least,
into him.
yeah. So the league reviewed it, but it doesn't change the fact that Patrick was incensed.
Yeah.
Um,
Who was
He's
it?
always
Who got
incensed.
hit?
Romanov,
Yeah. So
Alexander Romanov. Yeah, he kind of. I don't know if he broke his collarbone or if they said what injury he had, but the way he went in, his back was kind of folded just enough so his shoulders went in like in the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like shoulders were on the end boards and then his stomach was on the ice. So it was an awkward fall. And Ranton and Romanoff are both big guys. I think Rantanen's 6'3" and about 210 pounds, so they're both large individuals.
So do you think he fights when he in that game?
No. Romanoff might try to chase after him, and then Jamie Benn will wax him. That's about how that'll go.
Yeah, 'cause
I don't think I've ever
there's
watched
gonna
Jamie
be-
Benn lose a fight.
Yeah, just because I don't know, because I've seen guys like Malkin, fight for himself when he's done something, or so maybe Rantanen will do the same thing. Like, let's get this over with type deal. I mean, it still wasn't really a good play. Like, it wasn't like
No.
he did shove him in. Like, it was
Yeah.
he like should have been thrown out.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
Rantanen's a lot bigger than I thought.
he's a truck.
He's 6'4", he's 6'4" and 230.
Wow.
He's a big man.
I wish I was 6'4".
I think we all wish we were. You know how much greater of athletes we could have become?
Yeah. I could have been somebody. I could have been a contender.
I could have been a 6'4" chubby beer league hockey player instead of just like a 5'11".
You could have
chubby
been
beer league hockey
a
player.
6'4" gimp with the broken
funny.
leg.
Asshole.
Oh, it took that one personally. Wow, sorry, I didn't realize I was touching something soft there, Steve, sweetheart.
Easy there. Fuck it. Next thing you know, I'm gonna leave. You guys are gonna keep talking. Tristan, I'm just gonna see two hands come in the screen. I'm gonna be choking him.
I'm gonna hear a knock on my door tonight at like 10:30. Go outside on the front porch and get choke slammed. But
It's going to be Freddy Krueger. He's going to come after you in your dreams.
all right, what are we gonna we're gonna move on to the PJ?
Yeah, it's time.
Peach.
Yeah. The PJHL, the Provincial Junior Hockey League. The last time we checked out, we had all of our games up to November 4th. At the day of this recording, it's November 19th. So we've got a lot to catch up with, so bear with me. November 5th, the Blenheim Blades took on the Walpole Island Wild. Final score, Blenheim 11, Walpole Island 3. The Blades went 3 for 7 on the power play. The Wild were 0 for 4. For the Blades, 4 points for Ethan Waddock, 3 points for David Brown in his debut with the Blades, 3 points for Stefan Jacobs, and 3 points for Andrew Goulet. 5 other Blades players registered 2 points, including Captain Brad McAlpine, who scored 2 goals for his 4th and 5th goal of the year. November 7th, Lakeshore taking on Wheatley. The Canadians pumped 50 shots on goal. The visiting Sharks could only muster 10 shots on goal in return, as Lakeshore earned a 4-0 victory. Nick Graniero led the way with 1 goal and 1 assist. Kyle Kelly had a pair of assists, as Dallas Kelly, Landon Prince, and Kyle Green each scored 1 goal. Lakeshore goaltender Bo Porowski stopped 10 shots as he picked up his 3rd shutout of the year and 13th shutout of his PJHL career. Porowski, at the time, now 7-3 on the year after that game. Shark goaltender Ethan Davis made 46 saves on 50 shots in the loss. Also on November 7th, Amherstburg taking on Dresden. The Dresden Kings held a 2-0 lead over Amherstburg until midway through the second period before the Admirals fought back and scored a pair of goals to force overtime. In the extra frame, it was Finnegan Russet scoring the OT winner as Amherstburg picked up the 3-2 victory. Brett Jones had 1 goal and 1 assist as Drew Booker picked up a pair of assists, including the primary assist on Russet's game winner. Bennett Horrocks made 36 saves on 38 shots in the win for Amherstburg. Griffin Taylor made 27 saves on 30 shots during the loss for Dresden. In the most crooked score of the week, the Moortown Flags defeated the Wheatley Sharks 10-1. Jace Dupuy had a hat trick and 2 assists, while brother Dylan scored twice and added a helper to lead Moortown to a 10-1 victory. Jeremiah Nappy scored twice for the Flags, with the other goals going to Caleb Roussel, Lucas Ross, and Ryan Vidler. Landon Marcy and Owen McDonald each had 3 assists. Casey Schouten and Nolan Bordage had 2 helpers. Johnny Chartrand stopped 18 of 19 shots for the win. Ethan Dunbar stopped all 5 shots he faced in just under 11 minutes in relief. At the time, that put Johnny Chartrand tied with Jake Wilkins for the career high in goaltending victories for the Flags at 59 wins. The 5-point effort by Jace Dupuy in that game moved him into second place on the all-time Flags scoring list ahead of Dan Lumley. On what day is this? Sorry. Oh, no.
Brett is digging. I like it.
Yes, and I didn't get everything written down fantastically. So I'm just going to have to go through our box scores here after this. One moment. This is
everybody too. Reach out to us on our socials. All these freaking teams we're talking about. Reach out to us if we get something wrong, or you want us to know something, or you want something acknowledged on your team or whatever on the show. Let us know.
Yeah, we only know so much, right?
Yeah.
There's only so much digging that we can do.
Reach out to us.
Yeah, for sure. November 8th, Saturday, November 8th, we had another overtime game. This one featured the Amherstburg Admirals and the Lakeshore Canadians. The host Amherstburg Admirals went down. They were down 3-1 in this game, then scored the next 3 goals to go up 4-3. Brendan LeBlanc scored at 15:06 in the third period to force overtime, but 44 seconds in, it was Jake Goudreau with assists to Brett Jones and Cale Marintet for Marintate, not Marintet. There's a big difference in Harrow. Not T-E-T-T-E. It's T-A-T-E. Cale Marintate with the assist on Jake Goudreau's overtime winning goal as the Admirals pick up a huge win and take the 5-4 overtime victory over the Lakeshore Canadians in that one. Congrats to the Admirals. That's a big win for them. Probably their biggest win of the year so far. Also, was that the last game in the division on the Saturday night? I love the PJHL website. The only thing that I would love, because we do a podcast about the Stobbs division, is if I could just filter out the division games. But that's just minor thing that results primarily to me. That if I could just filter out the games there. Next game, the next night, the Blenheim Blades hosted the Dresden Kings at Blenheim Arena there. And oh my God, stop. There we go. And the Blenheim Blades took home a 5-3 victory there. This one was a really good game. I watched this one. Dresden got within 1. This was this was 3-2 after 2 periods of play. Then Colton Graham scored at 1:46 of the third period to tie it. But then Everett Swayze scored at 5:53 of the third period to give Blenheim the 4-3 lead. And then Gavin Mariano scored at 10:40 to give them the 5-3 victory. Jake Van Coyley made 30 saves in that game. And in goal for Dresden, Joseph Malinowski gave up 5 goals on 35 shots. So that was a close game there in the division. The next game, the Amherstburg Admirals traveled to Essex to take on the Essex 73s. The Essex 73s put up 5 goals in the first period. They led 5-2 after the first period and ended up winning 8-4 in that contest. Fun game to watch. You and Jonesy called that one. Tristan, a lot of fun. Carter Dembinski had a goal and 1 assist. Noah Matheson had 3 assists. Travis Rive, don't you dare call me Revest. Travis Rive, who had a goal and 1 assist. Connor Hunt, 1 goal, 2 assists, and 3 assists for Austin Gouvermont. Also 3 assists for Andrew Baker. Brock Devlin made 21 saves on 25 shots for the win there. It was 5-2 after it was 5-0 in the first period, and then Amherstburg scored 2 goals in a row. Then they scored a third goal at the end of the second period. It was 5-3 going into the third period. Luke Shirk with a big goal to start the third period on the power play. Amherstburg got one more back from Drew Booker, but Essex closed the door with goals from Cale McCabe and Austin Gouvermont into an empty net with 25 seconds left to seal that one. Good effort from the Admirals there. 2 assists from Rory Sanderson. Single goals from Drew Booker, Evan McPherson, Corey Leach, and Stefan Georgievic as well in that contest. Bennett Horrocks made 25 saves on 32 shots. So Essex absolutely rolling at the time. On the next day, Wednesday, November 12th, this is one of the games that I highlighted on a post that I put in the PJHL group there. That's a fun group to put out all your stuff in the league too. The Blenheim Blades traveled to Moortown to take on Johnny Chartrand and the Flags. This was a good game. Moortown was up 1-0 after one period. Then they were up 3-1 after the second, pardon me. And then it was Blenheim that got within one on a goal from Stefan Jacobs, pardon me.
Jacobs, yeah.
Stefan Jacobs to make it 3-2, and then Dylan Dupuy scored a shorthanded goal with like a second left in the third period for the 4-2 win, and that is a big win. Why, Tristan?
Well, it would become the 60th career win for John Chartrand, who becomes the all-time leading wins getter for the Moortown Flags. The most winningest goaltender in their history. And who better to bear that title, right? I mean, think about that. And think about it on the fact that this is a team that's never been placed higher than 4th while he's been on them. And he still has 60 career wins. That's incredible. That's incredible. So good for John.
Yep.
We're very proud of him, as is his whole family. And honestly, this is what you want to see out of players in the PJHL, someone who sticks with their hometown team and represents them with class and with honor and with skill, Like he is Johnny Moortown for a reason. So good for you, John.
Yeah, I'm glad I gave him that nickname. Ant, you look like you want to say something.
No, it's just hats off to him, man. He's a great freaking goalie, great guy. So yeah, man, Tristan hit everything pretty well right on the head, but yeah.
Stick taps
boy,
for
Johnny.
GC.
Yeah, stick taps for sure. Just don't play that good against us, okay?
Please.
Thanks.
Oh,
I
forgot
really
to
appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. I forgot to mention in the Essex and Amherstburg game, there was 581 people in attendance at that game as well. So a nice full barn, pretty full barn, but it's going to get even fuller later in the week, but we will get to that. The next day, November 13th, on the Thursday, the Dresden Kings traveled up to Walpole Island to take on the Wild. They had a 1-0 lead after the first period and then didn't score again until the third. They went up 2-0. Zach Wilson, Dresden went up 2-0 on a goal from Dustin Sweeney midway through the third period. So this was a very tight game. Zach Wilson scored at 12:23 for Walpole to make it 2-1, and then Drew Bunda scored on the power play with less than 5 seconds left to give Dresden a 3-1 win there.
Oh, former Walpole Island Wild getting a little bit of revenge against his own team.
Oh, here we go. These are the storylines I don't know about.
Yeah.
Taylor Griffin made 21 saves for Dresden, and Nicholas Geranian made 53 saves in this game there. 56 shots on goal for Dresden. So you can't say that they didn't have a lot of chances. Nicholas Geranian has been absolutely unreal for them this year. So stick taps to you, young man.
Yeah, he's like an immediate replacement for Mitchell Rawlings, who was there the past couple of years. He'd take some beatdowns, but boy, would he still make 60 saves every time.
Yes. That brings us to The Essex 73s hosting the Lakeshore Canadians on a Friday night, the only Friday night game in Essex this year that we will have. This one actually had an attendance of 762. That's the highest for Essex on the year. And I looked it up. There's only a couple of games that have been over 500 or 600 in the entire league. Essex has the 762 one. The highest attended game that I've saw this year was October 10th at New Hamburg, and they had 1,034 fans. So it must have been a big grand occasion for that game there. And it was a grand occasion. What's that? Go
Sorry,
ahead.
it was probably their minor hockey night. Their minor hockey program goes into their junior program, like they're of the same name. So
Yeah.
it probably was a partnership. It's a very big complex, that Wilmot Rec complex where they play.
Yeah, so 1,000 fans there. That's awesome. So we'd love to see Essex jam 1,000 fans, or Lakeshore, or any team in the South Division jam 1,000 fans in there one day. Probably the playoffs. We'll see how that goes there. Lakeshore and Essex. This game ended up 4-3. Essex looked like they were in cruise control for most of this game. 1-0 after the first period. After a goal from Luke Shirk, 4:58 into the game there, and you and Jonesy called this game.
Yeah.
Essex, Tristan, talk to us about this Luke Shirk goal because it really stuck out in your mind. Why? He went from backhand to forehand really quickly in the slot.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, it's just Luke Shirk's veteran awareness that he has when just possessing the puck. Honestly, you see it along the boards, the way he can pull it out of a crowd. He's always the thorn in every player's side, it would seem. But yeah, that play in the slot is not an easy play. Like, he caught it on his backhand and immediately transitioned to his forehand and got the shot off in no time. Hunter Welk, no time to see it, and that's how you score goals in this league, especially against what was at the time the number 2 team. Now they're number 3. They've since fallen, and the Blades are very neck and neck. But yeah,
For sure. In the second period, it was Connor Hunt at 12:15. Noah Matheson picked off a puck and went in all alone. Connor Hunt picks up the garbage and scores past Hunter Welk there to give Essex a 2-0 lead after the second period. And then in the third period, it was basically a switcheroo between Connor Hunt and Noah Matheson. It was Connor Hunt driving to the net, and then Noah Matheson picking up the garbage once again. And just the puck just laid in between the wickets of Hunter Welk there, and Matheson knocked that in. Surprisingly, only Noah's 6th goal of the year, but he seemingly just sets everything up, right?
yeah, and that was a shorthanded goal, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the special teams were in effect there. Lakeshore would pull their goalie, and then William Claridge, by some way, just absolutely just pokes a puck to get it out of the zone, and it finds the perfect line, goes into the empty net to make it 4-0. But that's when things got a little bit interesting with under 3 minutes to go. Michael Kopchak for Lakeshore scores at 18 minutes in the third period. Then 15 seconds later, on a offensive zone faceoff, Kyle Kelly rips one from the point to make it 4-2 with a minute and a half left. After that, Essex was able to kind of cover up defensively, but Aiden Sullivan does score with 2 seconds remaining in the game to make it 4-3, the final score there. Burke Castles made 17 saves on 20 shots. Connor Hunt had a goal and 1 assist. Carter Dembinski had 2 assists, and Noah Matheson had 1 goal and 1 assist as well. For the Lakeshore Canadians, Michael Kopchak had 3 points, a goal and 2 assists, and Kyle Kelly had a goal and 1 assist. Hunter Welk made 22 saves on 25 shots. Your thoughts before I go into the next game?
Shout out to Michael Kopchak. He got the West Stobbs Division Player of the Month.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Solid month for October. A little weird that they announced that midway through November.
He leads
but
Lakeshore in points right now as a defenseman. So his junior B experience, very, very handy when it comes to playing for the Canadians this year. His hometown team.
he played for London, correct, in Junior B?
Yeah, I believe he wore the C last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
and who did Essex get that played for London as well? Was that Matheson?
Vermont.
It was
Goovy.
Gouvermont. I'm sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm getting those guys mixed up. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It was David Brown that played for London.
He goes to Blenheim, yeah.
Yes, okay, just double checking there. Okay, in other Stobbs Division news, on the Friday night there, the Dresden Kings hosted the Wheatley Sharks. Dresden was up 2-0 after the first period, but then it was the Wheatley Sharks coming all the way back to force overtime, and then it was the overtime winner by Austin Fraser, 1 minute and 15 seconds into the overtime to give the Wheatley Sharks a 5-4 win, a win they desperately needed. Josh Blow scored at 17:51 of the third period to force overtime, and Austin Fraser scored 1:15 into the extra frame for the extra point there. That keeps Wheatley in the hunt. Taylor Griffin made 22 saves on 27 shots in the loss, and Ethan Davis made 15 saves on 19 shots in the win for the Sharks there. And the Sharks had been reeling a little bit. I don't think I'm being out of place by saying that they had lost a number of games in a row there. Big win for the Wheatley Sharks, and they get back in the win column there. Good for them. Good old Sharks. My good friend Carl Pigeon lives out in Wheatley now, so maybe I'll give him some tickets to a Wheatley Sharks game coming up. Moortown and Essex. Okay, that was the next one here that I have to look up. So Lakeshore went on to Moortown to take on Johnny Chartrand and the Flags. Of course, the Dupuy brothers, and of course, the entire team. Johnny Chartrand is not the whole team there.
He actually did. He actually didn't play that night.
Exactly. So Lakeshore was up 2-1 after the first period in that game, then scored 2 goals the rest of the game to take the 4-1 win. Lakeshore put 34 shots on goal, and Moortown could only muster 23 shots in return. Goal scorers in this game: Dallas Kelly scored, opened the scoring at 6:31 with assists from Owen Bentley and Brandon LeBlanc. Jace Dupuy scored the lone goal for Moortown, his 13th of the year. Dylan Dupuy and Braden Hogan assists on that. Then at the end of the first period, Owen Bentley scored from Connor Costello in Jordan, Maine. Von Troop scored in the second period, and Nicholas Graniero scored at 7:37 of the third for his 10th goal of the year on the power play to round out the scoring there. Ethan Dunbar made 30 saves on 34 shots, and Bo Porowski made 22 saves on 23 shots in that game. Big win for Lakeshore coming off a loss the night before to Essex. And that's a big 4-point swing for both teams, right? Like when we're near the halfway point of the year now, and things are trying to kind of settling. The teams are kind of like settling themselves here. So these big matchups, you only get so many games left in the regular season, and so they gotta pick up these wins while they can. The next day, the only game in the division was there's 2 games in the division. Sorry. On the Sunday, Amherstburg hosted the Moortown Flags, and Amherstburg was actually up 1-0 after the first period on a goal from Finnegan Russett, his second goal of the year. Then the second period was all Moortown Flags. Dylan Dupuy scores at 11:19. Casey Schouten scores at 14:07. Noah Waybrandt scores at 14:56, and then scores again. Noah Waybrandt scores at 16:33 to take the 4-1 lead. Carson Crawford then scored again 5 minutes into the third period to give them a 5-1 lead. And then Freddie McRoy scored at 7:28 to round out the scoring at 5-2.
I went to that game actually with my dad to watch. And I gotta say, Carson Crawford scored one of the nastiest goals I've seen this year. It was literally double bar down. He shot the puck so hard. I've never seen this in my life. He shot the puck so hard. It hit the crossbar, went down, went back up and hit the crossbar and in again. I was like, oh my, look at you two, you're synchronized. But, oh my gosh, what a shot. As I was sitting there talking with a fan, they're like, oh, this Crawford kid can rip it when he wants to. And I'm like, I don't know. I've heard the name. Sure enough, ding! Poor Landon Dimitrov, it was hearing bells for the remainder of that third period. So,
Johnny Chartrand made 31 saves on 33 shots for the win, number 61 for him. Jace Dupuy had 2 assists. Owen McDonald had 2 assists. Owen McDonald played for Leamington last year, correct? I believe so. I remember us talking about him last year sometime.
He played Junior A.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he did play some games with Leamington as well.
Yeah. So Carson Crawford, as Tristan said, had 1 goal and 1 assist. Noah Weybrandt, 2 goals, as I described in that game. Landon Dimitrov had 18 saves on 22 shots, and Bennett Horrocks gave up 1 goal on 4 shots in that one as well. In the other game going on the Sunday night, the Blenheim Blades defeated the Walpole Island Wild 9-2. They were up 2-0 after the first period. Then they put 6 goals in on Walpole in the second period there to really take control. Nelson DeConning scored in the first period. David Brown scored as well. Braden Twig, Logan Bell, Nelson DeConning, Blaine Bassick, Tyler Trelo, Andrew Goulet scoring in the second period there to give them the 8-1 lead after 2 periods. They exchanged goals. Walpole Island and Blenheim exchanged goals in the third period. Dexter Van Coyley scored for Walpole, and Stephen Jacobs scored for Blenheim. Evan Derricks also scored 1 goal earlier in the game for Walpole. Russell Vaughn made 25 saves in the win for Blenheim. And Nicholas Duranian, okay, over under 60 saves in this game.
Probably over.
71 saves on 80 shots for Nicholas Duranian there.
Yeah, that's 70, yeah. You never want to hear that as the first number of the 2 in the shots you faced.
That's wild. And so hey, hats off to you, young man. You're battling your ass off, and you're stopping a lot of pucks. So, and that brings us
sleep with that many shots.
Yeah, exactly. And that brings us to the most recent game in the Stobbs division. We have reached the end of the recaps. The night before this recording, the Blenheim Blades traveled to the Essex 73s. This would be their 4th matchup against Essex this year. Blades came in with a 2-1 lead in the season series. This was a very tight defensive game, almost playoff-esque, I would like to say. Probably 3 of the 4 games that they've played against each other have been playoff vibe. Essex outshot Blenheim 12-4 in the first period, and that ended up a scoreless tie after 20 minutes. Of course, Tristan and Brennan Jones on the call with that. And I actually missed this goal because I was on my lunch break at work. Jackson Fortier-Smith scored less than 1 minute into the second period for his 5th of the year with assists from Connor Hunt and Austin Wright. And that was a huge, huge goal in this game. That was almost, second or third round playoff matchup here.
It was a rifle.
Yeah, it was a rocket.
He tried to go high glove twice before that. Missed high.
You guys had mentioned in the first period how Essex was trying to target that high glove side.
Yeah, they were just trying to get freaking cute with it all the time.
Yeah,
and then missing.
Well, that's where they
missed a lot.
It
was a bad day to be a piece of glass behind the net yesterday.
Right, but it's not like they were doing it just to be cute. I'm saying they had the actual goal in mind of scoring.
Well, yeah.
And they did. Fortier-Smith puts one high glove, and it seemed to be all Essex from there, but then the third period rolls around, so...
Yeah, this was a really tight defensive game, as I said. Not too many penalties on both sides either. Like Essex only had 1 penalty in the game, and Blenheim had 5. But the one penalty that they did get ended up being the big difference. At 3:18 in the third period, Gavin Mariano scores his 9th goal of the year for Blenheim to make it 1-1. And this was a little bit of a strange goal. Can you describe it? Because I didn't get a chance to look at it really good, Tristan.
Mariano's goal?
Yeah, the Mariano goal. You said something about the bounce, or
I think it was it McAlpine or Bassick? Who does it say it was from?
Bassick.
Okay, Bassick threw it in off the end boards, and for some reason, Castles didn't even look up. Like, he thought it was going to be an icing. He was like, "Oh yeah, whatever." So he's kind of like standing up with his hand raised for the icing, but little did he know that Gavin Mariano had the edge on his man coming in hot. And instead of, I'm sure if Castles was aware of the player coming in towards the puck, he would have poked it to the corner, but he just kind of stood there and the puck came right out front. Mariano snapshot far side. And Castles wasn't even ready for it. He was pretty upset with himself that you could see him like bob his helmet, probably said a couple expletives underneath his breath, but yeah, that tied the game, and you're going, oh, there you go. You thought you were hoping Essex could tally more. They were all over the Blades for a while, but just like that, it's a tie game. Blenheim hung
Yeah.
around.
And there was a couple of big saves that Castles made during the game where you thought that Blenheim was going to tie it. Prior to that,
Yeah.
you guys mentioned a 4-on-1 that happened on a bad line
Oh my
change.
gosh! In the second period, it was
Yeah,
terrible. Essex went completely for a line change. Gavin got its back. It was an actual 5-on-1. Blenheim made a full change right into the offensive zone, but they blew it themselves. It was a great save by Castles, but the man who had the puck, instead of dishing it off to one of the three open partners, just walked himself in tight and took a shot, and Castles kind of patted it away from danger, and poor Gavin Gaudette's standing there going, what am I supposed to do right now? I guess just not screen Castles, and he did a good job in that regard. So Essex, yeah, they got away from danger there, but Blenheim would tie the game later on. So
the only person I've ever heard say the word pitiful in a call is Tristan. Like, it was just, what was that line change? It was pitiful. And things he's mad when he's using the P word. So it's like the purveyor of the word pitiful.
that was the only apt description of that play.
I get it.
Well, if I'm Borowski, I'm losing my mind. Like, I don't know who called both the forward and the D lines at once, but oh my gosh, thank you, Gavin Gaudette, for not listening, because it could have just been a shooting. Well, it was a shooting gallery, but
The only
yeah,
other time I've heard you say the word pitiful is when we were covering the Spitfire game one time, and they blew a three goal lead with like 3.5 minutes to go in the third, and we're
hopefully I
trying
don't
to
have to bring that out this Saturday.
yeah. And I was like, oh, Tristan's upset when he's using the word pitiful. So you know what, Castles, unfortunately, he lets one in, but he had made a couple of really good saves in that game, and Jake Van Coyley played really really well as well in net there. But this game goes to overtime, and you guys had talked about how Essex hasn't gone to overtime that much. I think Jonesy said that they hadn't gone to overtime much last year. This was absolutely the first time that they'd gotten to overtime at home this season as well. And back and forth action in the extra frame. And unfortunately, it's a tripping call on their captain, Brad McAlpine, that opens up the door. Can you set us up there, Tristan, and take us away?
Yeah, so the penalty completely unneeded, and it's their number one PK man, McAlpine. He goes to the box, the captain, and onto the ice. Essex sends out their number one unit. Couple of chances blocked. The first chance, wide open net for Noah Matheson backdoor. He circled behind the net and got himself perfectly parked. Left shot, and the right shot's who else but Connor Hunt. Fakes the shot, goes back door. Matheson just puts it wide. I thought it was in for a second, and then I'm like, oh, he put it wide. Then Matheson just turns and spins, and it goes off of the heel of Van Coyley, and he lays back to kind of cover it, and the puck rolls into the net. And that's the way that game ends. 2-1 for Essex on the power play.
The no-look Spinsky game winner from Noah Matheson gives Essex the extra point. That gives them now a 4-point cushion on first place in the Stobbs division, and probably the best game I've seen both ways. It really reminded me a lot of the game that you guys played at the overtime game that you guys played at Blenheim. I think that was a month or two ago when Blenheim took the 2-1 overtime win as well. That Essex took a penalty early in that overtime as well, and Stephen Jacobs scored the overtime winner there. And you know what? I wouldn't mind watching these guys play a 7-game series. I'll tell you that.
It'd be interesting. One of the things too that I really liked is when Essex was up 4-on-3 in the overtime is coach there sent out 3 forwards and 1 D-man. So he went 3-1. He had Shirk, Matheson, and Hunt up front with Gaudette to start that one, I believe. So I like seeing the 3-1 because that's like, like sometimes I've seen us do, 2-2 and everything, but it was just perfect call to
Yeah.
throw out 3-1 and the
even
perfect
last-
guys that he had out on the ice. The only thing, and obviously if it's not got at, then the other guy on D's has to be Forte Smith out on the ice during that. But I think he had just finished a shift, so that's probably why he wasn't out on the ice at that point in time. But yeah, it was good. It was a squeaky one, but we'll take it. It doesn't. That's a good club over there, man. That Blenheim club is like, they're well coached. They play hard. They're big. They're fast. They know how to score. They have freaking goaltending. Like they've really reeled it in there in the past year or so there, and hats off to them, man. That's a good club over there. So
Grant
every
Spence has
time,
done a very good job in his
yeah,
first year as a
he's
coach.
done a fantastic job over there, and I know that whole freaking coaching staff is young. The whole culture has essentially changed there, and it's for the better. So, like I said, hats off to them, and it's going to be a dogfight down the stretch, I'm sure. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right,
Yep.
last thing from me. Jake Van Coyle made 30 saves in that 30 saves on 32 shots.
Yep.
Burke Castles made 18 saves on 19 shots in that one. Do you guys want me to recap the standings before we close the show?
Sure.
Unless you guys have something else that you'd like to
No,
add.
I'm
You
good.
can
No.
No, go ahead, bro.
For sure. We've been doing this for an hour and a half now. So
Yeah.
in eighth place, Walpole Island, 21 games played, 1 win, 19 losses, 1 goal, 1 overtime loss, 3 points. Seventh place, Amherstburg Admirals, 19 games, 7 wins, 10 losses, 2 overtime losses, 16 points. Wheatley Olmsted Sharks, 9 wins, or 20 games played, 9 wins, 11 losses, 18 points. Dresden Kings, 20 games played, 8 wins, 9 losses, 3 overtime losses, 19 points. Fourth place, Moortown, 19 games, 11 wins, 8 losses for 22 points. They also have 2 overtime wins. Lakeshore, 19 games, 13 wins, 5 losses, 1 overtime loss, 27 points. Blenheim Blades in second place, 20 games, 14 wins, 5 losses, and 1 overtime loss. That coming to Essex last night at the time of this recording, 29 points. And in first place, the Essex 73s, 20 games, 16 wins, 3 losses, and 1 overtime loss for 33 points. And they are a plus 52 in goal differential. Your thoughts, boys, before we close the show?
Threes are rolling, and I think they plan to keep it that way.
Mm-hmm. What are their next 3 games again? Friday against Dresden, back home against Wheatley, and then on the road again on Moortown?
Yes.
Perfect. Anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Anthony?
No, man, I'm good. I think we've hit it all in this episode. This has been a little bit of a long one, but covered a lot of stuff, and I don't know, hopefully everybody enjoys it.
For sure. Thank you
Go
guys
Threes, go Wings, Leafs suck. Everything's good. It's perfect.
Yes, of course, you guys can watch us on Kojiko. We're doing the Spitfires game on Saturday, November 22nd. That's a 7 o'clock puck drop. If you're a Kojiko subscriber, come and watch us or don't. It doesn't matter to me. I enjoy doing this stuff with you guys. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to getting a bite to eat after as well. Yes. So it's going to be a busy day. All right, from all of us here at the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast, thanks for tuning in. Support our sponsors because they support us. Get 20% off your bill at biosteel.ca using the promo code HTH Podcast, and get 10% off your bill at Hockey's Howie Tape by using the promo code HTH Podcast. And of course, hammer those YouTube subscriptions and follow us on social media as well. From all of us here, I am Brett, saying so long for Tristan and Anthony. We'll see you next time on the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast. Good night.